lack of energy is usually lack of oxygen at the cellular level, because when the cell has oxygen, it'll give you 18 times more energy compared to the cell that has no oxygen. What can inhibit oxygen coming into the body? Breathing through the mouth. We should be breathing through the nose, which purifies, humidifies and warms the air. What else could contribute to it? Dehydration. When you're dehydrated, the cells can clump together a little bit, inhibiting the uptake of oxygen at the cellular level.
Do you feel exhausted even after a full night's sleep? Do you struggle to get through the day without needing an extra cup of coffee? Well, you aren't just imagining it. Research shows that nearly 45% of adults report feeling fatigued at least 3 times a week, and 1 in 5 experiences excessive daytime sleepiness. Sluggishness, brain fog, and constant tiredness can make even simple tasks feel like a challenge, but it doesn't have to be this way. So why are you always tired? And what can you do to get your energy back? Want to know? Stay tuned as we break down the real reasons behind your fatigue and how to fix them. As a thank you for joining me today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like this video, and comment why you want to win.
Sometimes having animals in the home inhibits fresh air being breathed in, so animals should never be in the bedroom, and ideally they should only be on tiled areas in the house, ideally not in the lounge or the kitchen. Another reason why a person may be lacking energy is an intolerance to wheat. Wheat was hybridized in the 1950s, it went worldwide in the 70s, so by the 1990s, all pasta, cereal, bread, biscuits, cookies, these are all made out of the hybridized wheat. And many people today are having it even 3 times a day, cereal and toast for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, pasta for tea. That's really an overload of this hybridized wheat. And one of the symptoms of an intolerance to the wheat is fatigue. So eliminating that article of food. So people often say, well, what bread will I eat? You can get the spelt, or in Germany here it's called dinkel. Dinkel sourdough bread is a great alternative. That is very similar to the original wheat, and it has not been hybridized. Sometimes not sleeping enough at night. We should be sleeping 8 hours a night, and ideally that starts at 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. In the summertime it could be stretched to 10 o'clock at night. So lack of proper sleep can also cause the fatigue.
Fatigue is not just a feeling that comes and goes. It has a scientific basis that starts at the very core of your cells. Every cell in your body needs energy to function. The engines behind this energy production are tiny structures called mitochondria. If you have ever felt that you run out of steam by mid-afternoon, or that your body is slow to recover after a meal, the explanation often lies in how your body produces and uses energy. Your cells produce energy in the form of a molecule known as adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Think of ATP as a battery that powers nearly every process in your body, from moving your muscles to keeping your brain active. Unlike the rechargeable batteries we use for gadgets, ATP is made on demand. It is never stored in large amounts because your body continuously creates it based on your current energy needs. A single cell can contain anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500 mitochondria, considering that an average human body is made up of about 10 trillion cells. The scale of energy production is enormous. In fact, a healthy adult produces an amount of ATP equivalent in weight to their own body every day. This production rate is so high that if you converted the ATP production into energy terms, it would equate to roughly 12,200 watts, enough to power hundreds of small batteries. Imagine an energy factory that never stops working. In each mitochondrion, ATP is produced by a special enzyme that works like a turbine. This enzyme spins at speeds of around 7,000 to 9,000 rotations per minute, generating 3 ATP molecules with each full turn. This means that even one of these tiny machines can produce approximately 27,000 ATP molecules in just 1 minute. The efficiency and speed of this process are a key part of why our bodies can perform so many functions simultaneously. How your body converts food into energy. The journey of energy production begins with the food you eat. Your body converts food into usable energy through a series of biochemical reactions. The process starts when you consume food, which is then broken down into smaller components. These components travel to your cells where they become fuel for the mitochondria. Foods that are nutrient-dense, like lean meats, vegetables, and whole grains, provide the raw materials your cells need for energy production. The process of breaking down food is complex. It involves the conversion of carbohydrates into glucose, the transformation of fats into fatty acids, and the use of proteins to rebuild tissues. In your cells, glucose is further broken down during a series of reactions known as glycolysis. This process produces a small amount of ATP directly and sets the stage for the next phase in energy production. After glycolysis, your cells rely on a series of reactions that prepare the fuel for the mitochondria's energy production process. One of the key steps is a cycle that helps to remove extra electrons from the food molecules. These electrons are crucial because they eventually power the production of ATP. The final step involves the enzyme-driven production of ATP in the mitochondria. The entire process is a finely tuned operation that depends on having the right nutrients available. One of the challenges many people face is that their bodies do not always receive the type of fuel that leads to optimal ATP production. Ultra-processed foods, which can make up as much as 83% of the calories in some modern diets, lack the natural nutrients that support this energy-making process. When your body consumes these foods, it struggles to extract the energy efficiently. In contrast, whole and nutrient-rich foods provide a better balance of vitamins and minerals that act as helpers during energy production. For instance, vitamins such as B1, B2, B3, folic acid, and B12, along with minerals like magnesium and selenium, play essential roles in helping your mitochondria work effectively. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes feel a surge of energy after eating a meal that is rich in whole foods? That energy boost comes from the fact that your cells receive not just calories, but also the necessary components to convert those calories into ATP.
But if you breathe in and out through your mouth, yes, you'll get more air in, but it actually can't get into the cell. And it actually can't get into the blood first unless you've got 4 molecules of carbon dioxide. So breathing in and out through the nose, it actually monitors and maintains proper oxygen and carbon dioxide levels. That's why nose breathing balances blood gases. And then we come to the cell and we find the same thing. So if a person's exercising, and we looked at the other day how both of these pathways speed up, and so the more carbon dioxide is produced when more oxygen and glucose is being used. And so again, you need 4 molecules of carbon dioxide to get 4 molecules of oxygen into the cell. So if you don't have enough carbon dioxide, then only 2 molecules of oxygen is going to get into the cell. And you know what that means? A lot of your cells are going to have to run up there because there's not enough oxygen. And if you say to someone with chronic fatigue syndrome, do you exercise? What's the answer? You don't understand. I don't have enough energy. Well, guess how you get it? And you start where you're at. One girl said, I heard about the importance of exercise, so I put my joggers on and I just forced myself to run up and down hills, nearly killed me, got home, felt terrible and said, see, I told you exercise was no good for me. You got to start where you're at. And one lady said, first day she walked around the block. Second day she walked around it twice. Third day she walked around it 3 times. Can you see what she did? Little by little by little. and always nose breathing. So exercise and nose breathing, both of them have a powerful effect on the oxygen levels at the cell, and that's what's going to give you the energy.
The role of carbohydrates, glycogen, and fat. Not all sources of energy are created equal. Your body stores energy in different forms, and the type of fuel you rely on can affect how energetic you feel throughout the day. When you consume carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose. Some of this glucose is used immediately, while the rest is stored as glycogen in your liver and muscles. In a well-fed person, the stored glycogen typically represents around 1,700 calories of energy. This reserve is like a short-term backup battery. However, it is limited and can be depleted quickly during periods of high demand or when the diet is overly dependent on carbohydrates. In contrast, your body also stores energy as fat. An average individual who is not carrying extra weight may have energy reserves equivalent to about 100,000 calories in the form of fat. Fat is a much denser form of energy compared to glycogen. When your body learns to use fat effectively as a fuel source, a state sometimes achieved by following a low-carbohydrate, high-fat diet, it can access these vast reserves much more easily. You might ask yourself, why do I feel exhausted after a meal heavy in carbohydrates? The answer lies in how your body processes the fuel. Diets that rely too much on refined carbohydrates can lead to quick bursts of energy, followed by a sudden crash. In contrast, when your body becomes more efficient at burning fat, it can provide a steadier and more lasting supply of ATP. This metabolic shift is often referred to as fat adaptation, and it can play a significant role in how you experience energy during your daily activities. A shift in the type of fuel your body uses may help you avoid the rapid ups and downs that come with a carbohydrate-heavy diet. A more balanced approach that includes nutrient-dense foods can help keep your energy levels consistent throughout the day. How exercise influences energy production. Physical activity does more than just burn calories. It has a direct impact on the efficiency of your mitochondria and, by extension, on your overall energy levels. Regular exercise increases the number of mitochondria in your muscle cells, making it easier for your body to produce ATP when it's needed. This means that even moderate physical activity can lead to noticeable improvements in how energetic you feel. When you move your body, your muscles demand more ATP to perform contractions and maintain movement. This demand triggers your cells to produce ATP more rapidly. Over time, this consistent need for ATP encourages your body to generate more mitochondria. In turn, the increase in mitochondrial numbers means that your cells can produce even more ATP during periods of activity. This feedback loop can lead to higher energy levels and better overall performance during daily tasks. It is not just high-intensity workouts that lead to these benefits. Regular, moderate exercise, such as brisk walking, cycling, or even gardening, can stimulate mitochondrial growth. The body adapts to increased physical demands by improving the efficiency of its energy production systems. In other words, when you exercise regularly, your body becomes better at meeting its energy needs. If you have ever noticed that you feel more awake after a brisk walk or a light jog, it is because exercise has temporarily boosted the activity in your mitochondria. Consistent physical activity can lead to long-term improvements in energy levels by increasing the overall capacity for ATP production in your cells. Diet choices that impact your energy levels. The type of food you consume has a direct effect on how well your mitochondria function. Many people have experienced the frustration of taking vitamins and energy drinks without finding a lasting solution to their fatigue. The real answer often lies in the quality of your diet. A focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods is key. Foods such as lean red meat, fish, leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables provide not only calories, but also the cofactors needed for efficient energy production. For example, red meat and certain organ meats, like liver and heart, are rich in nutrients that support mitochondrial function, including coenzyme Q10. This nutrient plays an essential role in the production of ATP by helping to transport electrons within the mitochondria. Even if you do not eat these foods regularly, taking a supplement may be beneficial, especially if you are on medications that can reduce your natural levels of these important nutrients. Many people consume a high percentage of ultra-processed foods, which contribute little to mitochondrial efficiency. When your diet relies heavily on foods that have been stripped of their natural nutrients, your body struggles to produce ATP. Ultra-processed items are often low in essential vitamins and minerals that support the energy-making process. For instance, the average American diet can contain up to 83% of calories from processed foods that lack the raw nutritional content necessary for optimal cellular energy production. A diet that supports your mitochondria involves choosing foods that naturally supply your cells with the nutrients they need. This includes a good mix of proteins, healthy fats, and carbohydrates derived from whole foods rather than refined sources. The balance of these macronutrients is crucial for maintaining steady energy levels throughout the day. Have you ever tried changing your diet and noticed that you felt less tired? A shift toward more nutrient-dense choices can lead to improvements not only in energy, but also in overall well-being. The benefits of fat adaptation and ketogenic diets. A growing number of people are turning to dietary approaches that help the body switch from relying solely on carbohydrates to using fat as a primary fuel source. This process, known as fat adaptation, allows your body to tap into the large reserves of energy stored as fat. A low-carbohydrate or ketogenic diet can help facilitate this change. When your body is fat adapted, it becomes more efficient at burning fat for energy. Compared to glucose, fat provides a more sustained release of energy. For instance, while your glycogen reserves may offer only about 1,700 calories of energy, the fat stored in your body can offer a much larger supply, often amounting to roughly 100,000 calories in a lean individual. This difference means that switching to fat as a fuel source can help prevent the sudden crashes associated with a carbohydrate-heavy diet. A ketogenic diet emphasizes high-quality fats, moderate proteins, and very low carbohydrates. By reducing the reliance on sugar for fuel, your body begins to generate ketones, molecules that serve as an alternative energy source. These ketones are not only efficient at generating ATP, but also provide a steady flow of energy, especially for your brain. In fact, up to 70% of the ATP produced in your body is used by your brain. If the brain does not receive a consistent supply of energy, it can lead to feelings of mental fatigue, mood changes, and even cognitive difficulties. You may have noticed that switching to a diet that minimizes refined sugars and starches often results in a more balanced energy level throughout the day. This observation is supported by the way fat adaptation helps stabilize your energy reserves, making it less likely for you to experience the rapid peaks and troughs associated with a carbohydrate-centric diet. The impact of medications on energy production. It is not uncommon for people who take certain medications to experience fatigue as a side effect. Medications that affect cholesterol production, for example, can also influence the production of key nutrients needed for energy. One important nutrient in this regard is coenzyme Q10. Some medications can lower the levels of coenzyme Q10 in your body, which in turn hampers the efficient production of ATP. This can lead to muscle weakness, decreased endurance, and an overall drop in energy levels. Your muscles require a constant supply of ATP to function properly. When the production of ATP is impaired due to low levels of coenzyme Q10, your muscles may not have the energy needed to perform even everyday tasks. This deficiency can make you feel weak and tired, even if you are otherwise healthy. In some cases, people on medications for conditions such as high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or diabetes might notice that their energy levels suffer as a result of these side effects. Have you ever felt that your energy levels are lower after starting a new medication? It might be worthwhile to review your nutrition and consider whether your body is receiving enough of the cofactors needed for optimal energy production. In some instances, taking a supplement to support coenzyme Q10 levels could help restore your energy balance. The role of exercise in mitochondrial health. Physical activity is a powerful way to support your energy levels. Exercise encourages your body to produce more mitochondria in your muscle cells. The increased number of mitochondria means that your cells can produce more ATP when it is needed. This boost in ATP production is one of the reasons that people often feel more energetic after a workout. The benefits of regular exercise extend beyond the immediate production of ATP. When you move, your body initiates a process that not only ramps up energy production, but also helps recycle damaged cellular components. This process, known as autophagy, involves breaking down and removing old or damaged parts of the cell, including defective mitochondria. The body then produces new, more efficient mitochondria to replace them. Autophagy is one of the natural repair mechanisms that keeps your cells operating smoothly. It is helpful to think of exercise as a way of maintaining a clean and efficient energy factory inside your body. Whether you enjoy a brisk walk, a cycling session, or strength training, each form of exercise contributes to the health of your mitochondria. As your muscles grow stronger and your cells become more efficient at producing ATP, you may notice that your overall levels of fatigue decrease. Have you ever felt a surge of alertness after finishing a workout? That feeling is linked to the increase in mitochondrial activity and the improved capacity for energy production that comes from regular physical activity. Feeling tired all the time isn't just frustrating, it can seriously impact your daily life. But now you know the common causes and how to fight back. Small changes can make a big difference in your energy levels. So which of these reasons surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more health tips. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.